What is autism? Autism, or autism spectrum disorder, ASD, is a condition that affects how people communicate, interact with others, and experience the world. It's called a spectrum because it varies widely from person to person. What are the common signs of autism? Signs include difficulty with social interaction, challenges in communication, like delayed speech, repetitive behaviors, and unique sensory experiences, like being sensitive to light or sound. How is autism diagnosed? Professionals use observations, interviews, and standardized tests to diagnose autism. The process considers specific criteria outlined in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, DSM-5. Is autism easily confused with other disorders? There are instances where certain aspects of autism may overlap with or be mistaken for other conditions, leading to potential confusion or misdiagnosis. Here are some conditions that might share similarities with autism. Attention deficit/hyperactivity disorder, ADHD. ADHD and autism can co-occur, and they share some behavioral characteristics, such as difficulty with attention and impulse control. However, they are distinct conditions with different diagnostic criteria. Intellectual disabilities. Some individuals with autism may also have intellectual disabilities, and the two conditions can coexist. However, not all individuals with autism have intellectual disabilities, and vice versa. Social anxiety disorder. Social challenges and difficulties with social interactions are common in both autism and social anxiety disorder. However, the underlying causes and nature of these challenges differ. Language disorders. Difficulties in communication are a hallmark of autism, but language disorders can also present similar challenges. However, language disorders may not involve the same social and behavioral characteristics as autism. Sensory processing disorders. Sensory sensitivities are common in individuals with autism, but sensory processing disorders can occur independently. Some symptoms may overlap, but the underlying mechanisms may differ. It's crucial to note that a comprehensive evaluation by healthcare professionals, such as psychologists, developmental pediatricians, or child psychiatrists, is essential for accurate diagnosis. What is the origin of the word autism? The word autism has its origins in the Greek language. It is derived from the Greek word autos, meaning self. The term was first introduced by Swiss psychiatrist Eugene Bleuler in the early 20th century. Why did Eugene Bleuler choose the term autism? Eugene Bleuler chose the term autism to reflect the self-withdrawal or inward focus observed in some individuals with schizophrenia. The Greek word autos, meaning self, captures the idea of being absorbed in one's inner world, separate from external reality. How has the meaning of the word autism evolved over time? The meaning of the word autism has evolved significantly since its introduction by Eugene Bleuler. In the 1940s and 1950s, child psychiatrist Leo Kanner adopted the term to describe a specific set of social and communication challenges observed in children. Today, autism is widely used to refer to autism spectrum disorder, ASD, a neurodevelopmental condition characterized by differences in social communication and behavior. When did the term autism become associated with autism spectrum disorder, ASD? The term autism became associated with autism spectrum disorder in the mid-20th century. Leo Kanner used the term to describe a specific set of developmental differences in children, and over time, autism has become the widely accepted term for the broader spectrum of conditions we now understand as ASD. What causes autism? The exact cause is unknown, but a mix of genetic and environmental factors is believed to contribute. Genetics play a role, and factors during pregnancy might also be involved. How early can autism be diagnosed in children? Autism can be diagnosed as early as 18 to 24 months, although some signs may be apparent earlier. Early intervention is crucial, so it's essential to seek evaluation if there are concerns about a child's development. Can autism be treated? While there's no cure, early intervention and various therapies, like behavioral and speech therapy, can significantly improve an individual's life. Tailoring approaches to each person's strengths and needs is key. Are there any misconceptions about autism that need clarification? Autism is a spectrum. Not everyone with autism has the same strengths and challenges. It's a spectrum, and each individual is unique. Individuals with autism have potential. Many individuals with autism have unique talents and capabilities. Recognizing and fostering these strengths is essential. Not a childhood condition. While symptoms often appear in early childhood, autism is a lifelong condition. Continued support is needed into adulthood. Can vaccines cause autism? No, there is no credible scientific evidence supporting a link between vaccines and the development of autism. Extensive research has consistently debunked the notion that vaccines, including the MMR, measles, mumps, rubella, vaccine, contribute to the origin of autism. Can parenting or certain parenting styles cause autism? No, parenting or specific parenting styles are not causes of autism. Autism is a neurodevelopmental condition with a complex interplay of genetic and environmental factors. Blaming parents for their child's autism is not supported by scientific evidence. How can I support my child with autism at home? Supporting your child with autism at home: establish routine, create consistent daily schedules using visual aids. Create calm space, designate a quiet area with sensory-friendly tools. Encourage communication, use clear language and visual aids. Promote social engagement, engage in activities aligned with interests. Support special interests, incorporate hobbies into play and learning. Practice patience, be understanding and offer praise. What toys can help children with autism? Sensory toys are designed to stimulate one or more of the senses, such as touch, sight, sound, or movement. They can include items like textured balls, sensory bins, or vibrating toys, which provide sensory input and help children with autism regulate their sensory experiences. How can toys that promote social interaction benefit children with autism? Toys that encourage cooperative play, turn-taking, and imitation can help children with autism develop social skills and engage in reciprocal interactions. Examples include board games, pretend play sets, or interactive toys that require social engagement. Can toys help improve communication skills in children with autism? Yes, toys greatly improve communication in autistic children. Speech therapy tools, communication boards, visual schedules, and toys with built-in communication features like talking dolls or devices can aid language development and expression. What types of toys support skill development in children with autism? Toys that target specific skills such as fine motor skills, gross motor skills, cognitive skills, and problem-solving abilities can support overall development in children with autism. Examples include puzzles, building blocks, shape sorters, and manipulative toys. Are there specific toy features to look for when selecting toys for children with autism? Here are some specific toy features to look for when selecting toys for children with autism. Adjustable sensory settings, toys that allow for adjusting sensory input, such as volume control or brightness settings. Calming effects, toys with features like soothing music, gentle vibrations, or soft textures that can help calm children with autism. Interactive features, toys with interactive elements that can be tailored to the child's preferences, such as customizable sounds or responses. Clear instructions, toys with clear and simple instructions that are easy for the child to understand and follow independently. Multiple ways to play, toys that offer various ways to play and explore, promoting creativity and engagement. These features can help ensure that the toys are both enjoyable and beneficial for children with autism. What are some cognitive traits associated with autism? Intense focus. An individual with autism may spend hours studying and memorizing detailed facts about a specific topic, such as trains or dinosaurs. Detail-oriented thinking. They may notice small details that others overlook, like patterns in leaves or slight changes in their environment. Strong memory. They might remember specific dates, facts, or sequences of events with remarkable accuracy, even from years ago. Visual thinking. When solving a problem, they may visualize the steps, or draw diagrams to help them understand and plan their approach. What are some social traits associated with autism? Difficulty with social communication. They may struggle to maintain eye contact during conversations, or have trouble understanding sarcasm or jokes. Difficulty with perspective taking. They might have difficulty understanding why someone else is upset, or fail to recognize when someone is being sarcastic. Preference for routine. They may become upset or anxious if their daily routine is disrupted, such as a change in mealtime or a different route to school. Sensory sensitivities. They might cover their ears in response to loud noises, or become overwhelmed in crowded or brightly lit environments. What are some behavioral traits associated with autism? Repetitive behaviors. They might repeatedly flap their hands, rock back and forth, or line up objects in a particular order. Specialized interests. They may have an intense passion for a specific subject, such as memorizing and reciting facts about astronomy, or collecting information about trains. Difficulty with transitions. They may become upset or resistant when asked to switch activities or transition from one task to another without warning. Unusual motor movements. Some individuals with autism may walk on their tiptoes, flap their arms when excited, or exhibit other atypical motor movements. How many types of autism are there? While there isn't a strict classification of types of autism, the spectrum encompasses various subtypes or classifications determined by factors such as the level of support needed, the presence of co-occurring conditions, and specific behavioral characteristics. Although there isn't universal agreement on the number of subtypes, some commonly recognized classifications within ASD include autistic disorder, classic autism, Asperger's syndrome, pervasive developmental disorder not otherwise specified, PDD-NOS, childhood disintegrative disorder, and Rett syndrome. Autistic disorder, classic autism. Examples: John is a child who has significant difficulties with communication and social interaction. He also engages in repetitive behaviors like hand flapping and spinning objects. This subtype was previously used to describe individuals with significant impairments in social communication and interaction, along with restricted and repetitive behaviors. Asperger's syndrome. Examples: Emily, a teenager with Asperger's, shows a strong interest in computers and technology and excels academically but struggles with social cues and making friends. Asperger's syndrome, once seen as a separate subtype, involves mild social communication issues without significant language delays or intellectual impairment. Pervasive developmental disorder not otherwise specified, PDD-NOS. Examples: Alex is a young adult who has some difficulties with social interaction and communication but doesn't fit the criteria for classic autism or Asperger's syndrome. PDD-NOS was a diagnostic category used to describe individuals who exhibited some, but not all, of the diagnostic criteria for autism or Asperger's syndrome. Childhood disintegrative disorder, CDD. Examples: Ben is a child who has childhood disintegrative disorder, CDD. At first, he developed typically, but around the age of 2, he experienced a sudden loss of skills he had previously mastered. He stopped speaking, became withdrawn, and lost interest in activities he once enjoyed. Childhood disintegrative disorder, CDD, also known as Heller's syndrome, is a rare developmental disorder characterized by a sudden and significant loss of previously acquired skills in multiple areas of development, such as language, social skills, and motor abilities. Rett syndrome. Examples: Amy is a young girl who seemed to develop typically at first but began to regress in her motor and language skills around her first birthday. She started exhibiting repetitive hand movements and breathing irregularities, leading to concerns from her parents. Rett syndrome is a rare genetic disorder predominantly affecting females. This condition is characterized by a regression of skills and distinctive hand movements, caused by mutations in the MECP2 gene. What are the different levels of support used to describe autism? There are 3 levels of support used to describe autism: Level 1, requiring support. Level 2, requiring substantial support. Level 3, requiring very substantial support. What is Level 1 support for autism? Level 1, requiring support, requires some support in social communication, interaction, and restricted or repetitive behaviors. Social interactions. Difficulty initiating conversations with unfamiliar people, but able to converse comfortably with family and close friends. Struggles to interpret subtle social cues such as body language or tone of voice, leading to occasional misunderstandings in social interactions. Feels uncomfortable in large group settings but can participate in smaller, more structured social gatherings. Communication. Finds it challenging to express complex ideas or emotions verbally but can effectively communicate basic needs and preferences. Sometimes has difficulty with eye contact but listens well and contributes meaningfully to conversations. Relies on visual aids or written communication to supplement verbal communication. Daily routines. Prefers to follow a consistent daily routine but can adapt to minor changes or disruptions without significant distress. Needs reminders or visual prompts to stay organized and on task but can independently complete daily activities such as getting ready for school or work. Sometimes struggles with managing time or deciding what to do first but can still handle important daily tasks. How can you help someone with autism who needs mild support? Level 1. You can establish consistent routines to make daily activities easier. Use visual aids like schedules and pictures to improve communication. Teach social skills through role-playing and stories. Provide sensory-friendly environments and tools for comfort. Encourage independence by gradually introducing tasks and offering support when necessary. What is Level 2 support for autism? Level 2, requiring substantial support. Require substantial support in social communication, interaction, and restricted or repetitive behaviors. Social interactions, struggles to start and keep conversations, leading to few social connections and feeling alone. Misunderstands social cues, causing frequent awkwardness or confusion. Finds it hard to grasp social norms, making it tough to make and keep friends. Communication, struggles to express thoughts and emotions verbally, often relying on nonverbal cues. Needs frequent repetition or clarification to understand instructions or conversations. Challenges using language appropriately in different social situations. Daily routines, needs lots of help to do daily tasks like hygiene and cooking. Struggles to switch between tasks or deal with changes, causing anxiety. Benefits from routines and schedules for predictability. Repetitive behaviors, repeats actions like rocking or hand flapping more often, which can disrupt daily life. Gets upset when routines are changed and prefers predictable activities. Prefers repetitive or solitary activities over flexible, spontaneous play. Sensory sensitivities, feels overwhelmed by things like noise or textures, leading to meltdowns. Needs things like headphones or breaks to handle sensory input and stay comfortable. How to support someone with autism needing substantial help, Level 2. You can use visual supports like schedules and timers to structure activities. Provide social skills training for initiating conversations and understanding emotions. Use positive behavior support with reinforcement and visual cues. Offer sensory regulation techniques and tools for managing sensitivities. Collaborate with a team of professionals to create personalized support plans.